Hi, welcome back. As you can see, there's a little bit more moved on now, this house, in the garden office room, which my son is using at the moment with the use of an extension lead until I get an electrician round. And that's not going to happen until I do my pool area and I redesign that. So that'll happen later on in the year. In the meantime, what I have done is I'll just show you. I've set up this fireplace here, and that goes through the roof up there to a vent on the outside. There's a mushroom vent on the roof just to take the fumes out of the way. And we're going to see how that runs. If it doesn't run very well, then I will change it for a different fire. And then that's the part of the office he's using basically, so he can do his uni work and everything else, and without being disturbed by any members of the family. And so he's got his desk set up and everything. So I shall that's the front of the house. And so that's what the front looks like. And I've got to get some door handles and everything, but it looks reasonably tidy. I've got to finish painting it, and I've got to put some eaves up all round and finish that off, which will happen next week. And then the side. What I'm looking at doing, I may put an eave underneath there with a gutter on the end. I'll think about that. And then down the bottom here, I've measured up a zigzag for the flashing at the bottom, and the other side is the same. So very much similar, another flashing to be made up for down the bottom here, which is a slightly different size to the other side, which is why I've waited till now, and I've got to get them ordered in the next few days. And then this is the rear. So, and that looks tidy, and I've got to get a separate flashing again for the back. So, and then over the next few months, I've got to destroy my greenhouse that's down there, and I'm going to redesign that. I've got to get access in for where my pool is over there, and I've got to demolish that as well. The in-ground pool's about 20 years old, so it's had its day, and needs to be replaced. And we're pondering whether or not just replace it with another in-ground pool, but a smaller one, because that's a little bit too big for my liking. It's been good while we've been using it, but I've never really liked that area, and I want to do something different with it. The trees behind died. We're unsure if they were poisoned, but anyway, they've died, and I've got to do something about that and totally redesign that area. So it's just a matter of trying to save money to do that and everything else. So, but anyway, this is what I've been up to. Been watching the news a bit, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in a by-election in Clacton in England. Hopefully Count Binface will win. It will be good to see someone like that, an outsider from society and not a member of the so-called elite, who I think Nigel Farage represents, even though he says he doesn't. And so if you're in Clacton in England, please vote for Count Binface. Thank you. Have a good week and enjoy your weekend. Always look on the lighter side of life, and always be positive. Have a good weekend.